and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Isabelle. I say I'm your spiritual rebel friend, and today I want to talk more about a specific planet in your chart that I was thinking about today for myself, because this has really been a big theme in my life, and partly it could be because it's conjunct or near my North Node. But I was looking at my binder today, and this is my binder of basically everything I need to remember about myself. I created it so that I can have something to look at when I'm overwhelmed, when I need a reminder. It was just a creative little idea. So I have, for example, a mantra from Louise Hay's book, mantras, my Enneagram checklist, and I want to show you guys all this because I really loved it. And I'm thinking about doing these as custom order things. So I have also the chakras, and I have my complete checklist of my birth chart workbook. I have little worksheets my brother actually made me for my birthday. I have a checklist for my Gemini Mars. And there was one specific aspect that I was really reflecting on today because it's really, really powerful for me recently. And that aspect is Venus, and for me specifically in Taurus, and all these people are driving by and they're looking at me like I'm a psychopath. But I don't care. The point is, I was looking at my Venus today, and I feel like Venus was really, really insightful for me. And I cannot emphasize enough how much it seems to come back as a theme in my life. And I think this is a theme for a lot of people, men and women. And I think I did a video actually yesterday, 2 days ago, talking about what I called the demon in women's chart, which is Mars, because we tend to get pulled into the idea we have to do more to be more. And Venus is really important because it's our divine feminine. And I got a few comments from guys saying like, hey, come on, we kind of need this too, which is true. And so I wanted to talk about Venus more today, because Venus is not just a planet of love, it's our love for life, and it's our divine feminine. So while women need to, I believe, be predominantly in their feminine with the support of their own masculine, men need their own feminine too. It is yin and yang. Venus is the yin energy, and it is our love for life. And for me, looking simply just at my checklist that I made for my Venus in Taurus was huge in thinking about what brings me a love for life. Now, granted, the other areas of my chart, such as my Gemini, Mars, my moon sign, also play a huge role. But my Venus in Taurus alone is something that is so huge for me, in the sense of it helps me remember Venus is really about what helps us slow down, live a life in a way as a lover, not a fighter, which is, I know, a huge theme for my life. I think it is for a lot of other people too. And so whatever sign your Venus is in is going to kind of tell you what that love for life is. It truly feels like when you step into it, there's a softening that takes place. And this is something I've noticed not only for myself, but across the board for other people. I've met a lot of women, friends, family friends, who I know their Venus placement, and I can see when they embrace it that there's this soul level softening. And the same for guys as well. Even in my past relationship, for example, he had a Mars in Virgo and a Venus in Sagittarius. And with a Mars in Virgo, he was very adamant about serving me. Whether that was through cooking me dinner, helping me out with something. But for him to feel softened in love, there was this element of feeling, of being surrounded by enthusiasm about when I'd plan him adventures. There's this softening that you can see take place. And I think this is something a lot of other people experience. This softening that happens when we allow ourselves to truly love life. And it can be hard to pinpoint what exactly that is. And for me, knowing my Venus has really, really helped. And I think overall, our Venus is something that is not embraced in society. I will note that it does seem that I do overall still think that there is a bit, though, of a inverse energy going on here, where men are in their Venus predominantly out of the feeling that they don't receive, because in childhood they don't get what they need, and so they repress their Mars, so to say, and then seek out their Mars in women. And then women who are taught to be strong from a young age are predominantly in their own Mars, but they cannot soften into their Venus. Overall, I would say everyone could use a healthier relationship with their Venus, including myself, which is why I love having my checklist, and looking at mine has really been insightful, and asking myself basically how this can help me cultivate a love for life. So I encourage you to look at your own Venus. I have a whole video playlist talking about Venus in the signs. I kind of used it in the context of primarily women. If you guys feel like there is a bit of a bias and you want me to go deeper, let me know what I missed in those videos, and I'll gladly film another video going deeper into specific Venus sign placements and what I may have missed on them. I may even just do a simple video series of being a man with Venus in blank sign. But yeah, Venus is such a fascinating archetype. Venus is the Roman goddess of love, same as, so to say, Aphrodite. And it's all about our love for life. It's the finer things, the beautiful things. It what helps us see life beautifully, which is, I think, something that this world is generally lacking, in the sense that we are always trying to strive to control, to create more, and more beauty, more wealth, more money, more success, but we don't see what is already there. And I think when we struggle to see the beauty that is already there is because we aren't familiar with our Venus and what makes us see the beauty. So for example, me with a Venus in Taurus, I need the simple little things. I need to indulge. I need to feel comfortable. I need to feel grounded. But someone maybe with a Venus in Pisces, they will only feel that sense of life is beautiful as is if they feel inspired by spirituality, by understanding the deeper level of the world. But not necessarily, I do note this is not to be confused with, though, creating in the sense, or doing. There is an act of focus, but there's not a I have to make more of my life, you know? It's basically I get to receive or I get to shift mentality rather than a proactive action. It's really like stepping into our heart chakra or our sacral rather than our solar plexus. So regardless of whether you're a guy or gal, I do really recommend looking into your Venus and maybe just use that as your prompt for today. Like learning about your Venus, asking yourself, what does this mean? What gives me a love for life? And yes, it does play out into your love life as well, but how can you use it to inspire yourself and feel more like life is perfect right now? Because I truly do feel that when I step into my own Venus in Taurus, you know, just have the stability around me, the comfort, let myself indulge, feel grounded in my sense of self, life just feels good. It feels satisfying. It feels like there's no pressure. It softens the energy so much. And I do think as a result, it attracts wealth in, because Venus is about wealth, worth, beauty, all the things that are valuable. So again, like I mentioned, I did want to bring this up in this video that, like I said, I have my own Venus and Taurus checklist in my little workbook, or my binder that I've made for myself, which also has my Enneagram, my cheat sheets for the chakras that are most important to me. It also has, the Enneagram. It has my Mars. It has my birth chart in it. It has, I wonder if I can find my page I made, because I like this. I have my little mood board in here for Venus and Taurus. If I can find it, my little Venus and Taurus mood board, which is basically just a visual reminder. I have my own personalized reminders. I want to know if this is something you guys would like me to offer. Basically, paper binder with all these specific reminders you need, your astrology placements, your Enneagram, specialized quotes based off of your life experience. Is this something you would want delivered right to your front door? Let me know in the comments below, and we can talk more about maybe having this something I eventually offer, or just offer for a little while. It does take a lot of work to personalize these. I know for me it's easier, but it still took me a while to put together. So it would maybe be something a little pricier, but if this is something you're interested in, generally just let me know in the comments below, and let me know what your Venus is in, because I think really Venus does offer a very valuable insight in this modern day and age where we are human doings, not human beings. And everyone seems to struggle with their wealth, and I think Venus does have a lot to do with wealth. The more we step into receiving, the more money we can receive. So let me know your Venus placement in the comments below, and tell me your insight into how would you finish a sentence of, I feel a love for life when I blank. Use your skills. Let me know what your interpretation is of your own Venus placement and how that applies to what makes you feel a love for life. And if that's something hard for you to do, then I highly encourage you to check out my astrology course, the Master Astrologer, in the link in the description below, where we dive deep into everything you could possibly need to know to become a master astrologer who can read their chart, interpret others' charts, read the actual zodiac wheel. So if like seeing this is something you struggle with, I cover that in the course. If you also want to learn how to interpret transits, for example, we have a full moon in Capricorn that's about to happen. If that is something you want to learn more, if you want to interpret the stars, use them for your life, and just be able to dive deeper into this concept of astrology and how it can serve as a tool for contemplation and living the life you want, then check out the course in the link in the description below. I think you're really gonna like it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and stay tuned for more videos. Once again, my name's Isabelle, and from my heart to yours, namaste.